see you.
How are you?
We're having our picture taken, so we can't. Oh, this is great.
Great, thank you.
Oh, good. I read your LinkedIn today.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. No,
and you wrote to me
So it's promotional for the
It's indoors in the air conditioning.
Is it okay to take an informal picture?
Yeah, I just want to make sure
No, it was good while he was getting dressed. I'll do it.
We need some.
Thank you.
Students have to pay their fees, so they have to pay them, they don't get the gap.
शब्द तेरा है हर गीत तुझसे, तू स्वर की देवी है संगीत तुझसे। शब्द तेरा है हर गीत तुझसे। हम हैं अकेले, हम हैं अधूरे, हम हैं अकेले, हम हैं अधूरे। तेरी शरण हम हमें तार दे माँ, हे शारदे माँ, हे शारदे माँ। अज्ञानता से हमें तार दे माँ। मुनियों ने समझी है, गुणियों ने जानी, वेदों की भाषा पुराणों की वाणी। मुनियों ने समझी है, गुणियों ने जानी, वेदों की भाषा पुराणों की वाणी। हम भी तो समझे, हम भी तो जाने, हम भी तो समझे, हम भी तो जाने। विद्या का हमको अधिकार दे माँ, हे शारदे माँ, हे शारदे माँ। अज्ञानता से हमें तार दे माँ, अज्ञानता से हमें तार दे माँ, अज्ञानता से हमें तार दे माँ।
His Excellency Mr. Nader Patel, High Commissioner for Canada to India, Mr. Anil Rai, members of IILM Board of Governors, distinguished guests, proud parents, and dear graduating students. On behalf of the IILM fraternity, I extend a very warm welcome to each one of you to our annual convocation of Class 2015. It's an honor and privilege to welcome amidst us His Excellency Mr. Nader Patel, High Commissioner for Canada to India. Thank you, Your Excellency, for accepting our request to address this convocation. I would like to briefly introduce the High Commissioner to all of you. Mr. Nader Patel was born in UK, but at a very early age moved with his parents to Canada. His parents are originally from Gujarat. He grew up and studied there and obtained his bachelor's degree at Wilfrid Laurier University. He did his master's from Stern School of Business and the London School of Economics and began his career in 1990 with the Canada Customs and Revenue Agency. From 1997 to 2003, Mr. Patel served as Director of Ministerial Services, Agency Advisor to the Ministry, and Secretary to the Board of Management. In 2003, he moved to the Privy Council Office, serving as Chief of Staff to the National Security Advisor, Associate Secretary to the Cabinet, and Deputy Minister to the Deputy PM. From 2005 to 2006, he served as Senior Policy Advisor to the Privy Council and Secretary to the Cabinet. In 2006, he was appointed as Canada's Chief Air Negotiator. Mr. Patel served as Consul General in Shanghai from 2009 to 2011. Before moving to New Delhi, Mr. Patel served as Assistant Deputy Minister for Corporate Planning, Finance and Information Technology, and as Chief Financial Officer at Foreign Affairs, Trade and Development Canada. Your Excellency, we are deeply honored to have you with us today. I would like to take this opportunity to very briefly highlight some of IILM's major achievements during the last year. IILM is a signatory of UN Global Compact Initiative PRME since 2009. In September last year, IILM was selected as PRME Champion Business School. Only 30 B schools from all over the world have been given this honor, and we are the only one from India and Asia. IILM was also selected in the 10-member advisory group to the PRME Secretariat. We have been given the responsibility of developing a framework for the faculty development for the PRME business schools, a task which we have undertaken together with Babson College and the Copenhagen Business School. With the support of UN Global Compact and PRME, we are actively involved in promoting proposed Sustainable Development Goals of the United Nations. AMPESA accorded IILM the prestigious SAQS accreditation in April 2013. SAQS is a South Asian Quality Assurance System, an EFMD-supported initiative. Only 15 other B schools in India have received this recognition. We have now initiated the process of applying to ASCSP, which is the premier accreditation agency for B schools globally. IILM offers a wide range of executive programs for the government officers, public sector undertakings, and private companies. We have completed 10 years of training officers, 10 years of training officers of the Indian Administrative Service and Indian Police Service. Nearly 1/10 of the IAS officers in India have attended short-term training programs at IILM. We have very recently signed an MOU with the Indian Institute of Corporate Affairs, a Ministry of Corporate Affairs think tank. As per the MOU, we will jointly conduct short-term programs in the area of governance, business sustainability, and social responsibility for government officers and executives of PSUs and corporates. We have also entered into an agreement with the National Skill Development Corporation of India with the objective of introducing skill-based training in all our colleges and institutes. Last month, Professor Chaudhary was in Canada as a part of the business delegation accompanying our Honorable Prime Minister. During this visit, the National Skill Development Corporation of India signed various agreements for skills development, and IILM was honored to be included in the MOU for the development of sports. Your Excellency, IILM is also in the final stages of entering into articulation agreements with the reputed Canadian universities and colleges. This will enable our students to study 2 years in India and the final 2 years in Canada for their bachelor's degree. Now to today's event and the highlights of the graduating batch. 80 students of PG class of 2015 are being conferred their diplomas in management. Our aim has been to maximize the learning value add in the time they have spent with us, both in class and outside the class, through a strong peer and student-faculty bonding. We have made efforts to engage industry actively in the program by means of visiting professionals from the industry, curriculum seminars, and involving a number of alumni and recruiters in all our activities. Dear students, best wishes from all of us. This is an important milestone in your journey. I am sure that you will do very well in future and will be an asset to any organization you choose to be associated with. We also hope that you will continue to remain connected with the Institute. We look forward to welcoming you back in coming years so that the future batches of students can learn from what you have imbibed from the world outside. We will proudly continue to associate with you as IILM class of 2015. As you now embark to take up your first assignments, the time has come for the sweat and toil you have put into count. As you begin the next phase of your life, the challenges you face will be many. Very often, you will need to think beyond your training and rely on intuition. However, intuition is not a substitute for rigorous thinking and hard work. As the old saying goes, practice makes man perfect and more hard works make you intuitive. We have spared no effort to prepare each one of you to take on the challenges ahead. I'm sure the journey has been fruitful for you. Though this function today marks the end of your academic stint, the process of learning has just begun and will continue throughout your career. Current upward trend in the economy heralds a promising future full of opportunities. Make the most of these opportunities, accept challenges, take initiatives, put in your best in whatever you do, and you will see your dreams come to reality soon. My best wishes and prayers for your success in life. Thank you.
Sir, I now present the candidates from IILM Institute for Higher Education to be awarded the diploma. Abhishek Kumar Singh. Ajay Chauhan. Akshay Gadri. Akshay Goyal. Akshay is the topper in the electoral managing family business. He is also the recipient of Certificate of Merit for securing the first position in the area of family business. Akshit Jain. Aman Sharma. Anant Prakash. Anmol Gakhar. Anshul Jain. Anusha. Arjun Narang. Arpit Ilamati. Arpit is also the topper in the elective Design Thinking and Innovation. Arunima Shahi. Arunima is the recipient of Certificate of Merit for securing the first position in the area of marketing. Ashish Tyagi. Deepak Sharma. Deepak is also the topper in the elective Industrial Relations and Labour Laws. Dhruv Khetrapal. Guneet Singh. Himanshu Gaur. Himanshu is topper in the elective investment strategies. Jagmohan Gupta. Jay Chopra. Jayavardhan Dhawan. Juhi Dhawan. Jyoti Goyal. Mahima Khattar. Mamta Chaudhary. Mayank Dhamija. Meher Khurana. Meher is the topper in the electives, managing financial firms, digital money, technology and strategy, and enterprise resource planning. She is also the recipient of Certificate of Merit for securing the first position in the area of technology and operations. Mohit Arora. Mrigna Marva. Naina Sagar. Neha Sharma. Nikhil Arora. Nikita Sharma. Piyush Chopra. Pranav Agarwal. Pranav is the topper in the electric investment strategies. Priyanka Singhal. Pulkit Sopti. Reva Chaudhary. Richa Tulsian. Richa is also the topper in the electives, marketing of services, managing financial firms and project management. Ruchika Gupta. Sahil Gupta. Saransh Bansal. Sakshi Bajaj. Sakshi Malik. Sakshi is also the topper in the electives, marketing of services, detailing and managing change. Sarabjit Singh. Saurabh Kent. Saurabh is the topper in the elective business, marketing and sales. Shubham Goyal. Shubham is also the topper in the electives, investment strategies, corporate financial management and supply chain management. Siddharth Bansal. Siddharth is the topper in the elective investment strategies. Siddharth Singh. Simar Kaur. Simar is the topper in the electives, brand management, business at the base of the pyramid, globalization and emerging markets, power and influence, and industrial relations and labor laws. She is also the recipient of Certificate of Merit for securing the first position in the area of organizational behavior and HR. Smriti Sodhi. She is the topper in the electives, brand management and digital marketing strategy. Supreet Kaur Grover. Tanvi Banga. Tanvi Mahajan. Tushar Bajaj. Twinkle Jaiswal. Twinkle is the topper in the electives Behavioral and Value Investing and Business Analysis and Valuation using Financial Statements. She is also the topper in the area of finance. Varun Vashni. Vipin Singla. Priyanka Shah. She is also the topper in the elective Marketing of Services. Pooja Singh. Swati Khurana. She is the topper in the elective Marketing of Services. Shalini Kala. Madam, may I now request that the students who could not be present in person today may please be awarded the postgraduate diploma in absentia.
By virtue of the authority vested in me as a director, I award the postgraduate diploma in management in absentia to all the successful students who are not present in person at this ceremony.
Sir, I now present those meritorious students to you who've been adjudged for the award of Dr. Kulwant Rai Gold and Silver Medals for overall excellence in academic and co-curricular activities. I request Ms. Aarti Rai and our chief guest to please give away the medals and certificates to these deserving students. Dr. Kulwant Rai Silver Medal for overall academic and co-curricular excellence in the postgraduate program in management of IILM Institute for Higher Education 2015 is awarded to Himanshu Gaur. Dr. Kulwant Rai Gold Medal for overall academic excellence in the postgraduate program in management of IILM Institute for Higher Education 2015 is awarded to Meher Khurana.
Sir, may I now request you to kindly deliver your convocation address?
Thank you very much. Dr. Chaudhry, Mr. Rai, distinguished professors, distinguished guests, parents, and most notably, of course, graduates. First of all, it's truly a pleasure and a privilege for me to be here today, this afternoon, to celebrate academic excellence. And it's particularly important to me because in the context of my role as High Commissioner for Canada, we will continue to place a strong emphasis on the importance of educational linkages, some of which you've heard already. The relationship in terms of education between Canada and India is very strong and growing. But I also place a very, very personal interest and a personal priority on the importance of education, academics, because without education it wouldn't be possible for me to be here today in this role at the convocation, but also as High Commissioner. So I can't emphasize enough how special it is to be here and celebrate this afternoon with you. And every time I walk onto a campus, I feel like going back to school. So it's always dangerous for me to walk into any type of a campus of higher learning, because I'd love to just register or enroll here as well. And then when I look at your success as having completed a 2-year graduate program in management, there's something extra special there, because that's also an area of personal interest of mine and an area that we promote quite significantly between Canada and India. So thank you for this opportunity. I think education is something that will always be with you. It's something that you will never lose. It will never be taken away from you. You may succeed in other ways, you may do other things. The one thing that will always remain a constant is education. And so for that reason, I think it's a day today that really you should cherish, take full advantage of, this being the end of a couple of years of sweat, tears, ups and downs, maybe a little bit of blood in achieving what it is that you've achieved. And it's also an opportunity to focus on what's next and reflect a little bit about where we go from here. Yes, it's the end of studies. Yes, you don't need to do those homework assignments, those crazy things that your professors ask you to do anymore, unless you do decide you want to pursue even further studies. But I think it's also an opportunity for us to think a little bit about, where things go next. And I wanted to share with you a couple of things today. First, I just wanted to offer up a couple of perspectives on the Canada-India relationship and how education is a very significant underpinning role in relation to that relationship. And then to make this a little bit more pragmatic, I'd like to offer up a few comments or bits of advice or suggestions that I will leave you with that have helped me and perhaps will help you as you embark on a new journey of your lives and your careers. You are fortunate to be in India at a time where the world is looking up to India to attain its full potential and play a lead role on the world stage, whether it's economic growth, it's development, people-to-people linkage, whatever it may be. Your role as graduates is also a role as leaders for the future of this country. And so the Canada-India relationship is very significant. We've recently concluded a very, very historic visit by Prime Minister Modi to Canada just a few weeks ago. Very significant, the first time in 43 years that we had a standalone bilateral visit of a Prime Minister from India to Canada. And that's quite something when you think about the fact that Canada has the largest Indian diaspora population on a per capita basis anywhere in the world. Over 3.5% of our population has Indian origin roots. So for it to take so long does in fact make it very, very historic. We have a very strong relationship, and I think that visit brought the relationship to new heights. It sort of underscored that we're doing a lot, but we'll certainly take this relationship to potential that we haven't seen before. And we have been focusing on a lot of areas: trade, investment, people-to-people links, which include arts and culture and music and sport, security, defense, a number of areas that we've cooperated on for many, many, many years. But the one area that I think is very significant and not only underpins that relationship, but has room to grow much, much further is in fact in the realm of education. And you yourselves have your experience here in India. And there are a lot of initiatives underway right now between IILM and Canadian institutions, Canadian universities. And that's a subset of the fact that we have over 400 different partnership agreements right now between Canadian institutions and Indian partners. But again, that opportunity to see that grow is quite significant. And as Prime Minister Modi has made it very clear, skills development is a very significant priority. You are feeding right into that, not only as an institution, as parents that are supporting students, but you as students who have graduated and now will look at opportunities to further grow your careers, whether in business or elsewhere. But the educational linkages go beyond single institutions, and we heard a little bit about this just in the opening comments as well, that the relationship, of course, from an education perspective, is multiple-fold. It's students from India studying in Canada. Canadian students studying in India, which is something that we want much, much more of, including right here at this institution. I think there's a lot of value in that. Joint academic programs, we heard about the potential for a couple of years of study in India, a couple of years in study in Canada, and graduating from 2 universities or with a very, very diverse experience. Research collaboration, faculty exchanges. And the reality is, one of the reasons why I think this is so important in the context of the bilateral relationship is the true value of these academic or educational linkages is actually immeasurable. It's far greater than what anybody can imagine. So when you have students from abroad studying in Canada, sure there is an economic benefit, billions of dollars worth of economic benefit, whether it's for universities or the broader economy. And there's other people-to-people linkage opportunities. But the reality is, it doesn't matter where you stay after you've studied in Canada or you've studied in India. It doesn't matter if you are working in a domain related to your field of education. The reality is, if you've had a good experience with those cross-border initiatives or linkages, you will always be an ambassador for Canada-India relations in one form or another. And you might be sitting in your boardroom table years from now about to make a decision on a contract or a trade deal or another educational decision around your own kids or whatever it might be. And Canada will always be there on the radar screen and perhaps above other countries that you might also be looking at. So and those types of things we just can't measure. You can't put a price on that. So this is the reason why we're really focused on building strong relationships from an educational perspective. And then of course, without education, a lot cannot happen. And when you talk about skills development here, and you talk about 65% of the country is under 35, and you see the need to develop capacity and skills and training, education will continue to play a very, very meaningful role in that regard. But education also goes beyond the formal institutional links between Canada and India as well. There's a broader ecosystem of opportunities linked to education. Some of that ties into trade and business and investment, and many of you will move on to make large-scale, multi-billion-dollar investment decisions as graduates in your respective companies that you work in the future, and we certainly hope that you'll see the opportunities in Canada above some of the other countries that you might also be looking at. But there's a number of other elements linked to the ecosystem of education. Canada has recently launched a startup visa initiative, which is a 5-year pilot program by our Department of Citizenship and Immigration, which aims to attract high-quality entrepreneurs through a partnership with the private sector via the Canadian Association of Business Incubation. The incubator stream is also open to entrepreneurs who are not yet hatched, and I think some of you will be looking at an entrepreneurial mindset and trying to do some things different. And again, these are opportunities to explore new places like Canada, but also stay here, come back here, participate in India as well, and take full advantage of the opportunities in both countries. Canada's also launched the Canadian Technology Accelerator Initiative at India program, which began with a partnership with a couple of companies and universities that have allowed Canadian companies and Indian companies to work together and grow through an ecosystem of innovation and technology and science and tech linked up to business and taking ideas and commercializing them. Some of those things you've no doubt discussed in some of your classes. So for those that are entrepreneurs and you're looking at doing your own thing, keep Canada on the radar screen, because there's a lot going on right now between Canada and India. We've also launched through universities something called Zone Startups, which is a partnership through Ryerson University in Canada and the Bombay Stock Exchange Institute. And that's a great example of an innovation ecosystem where we have dozens of companies in India capitalizing on capacity, talent, skills development from Canada and working together. And these are just a few examples that were very, very early on in the overall context of the relationship that you'll see grow more. So take full advantage of those as we go forward. So against this backdrop of a very strong relationship between two countries, we are firmly of the view that Canada and India can do more together as partners rather than individually on our own. And I think keep that in mind as you grow your careers. You're in different countries, you're in different companies, that the borders are increasingly virtual, and a lot more is happening cross-border in ways that we haven't seen before, and that's not going to slow down anytime soon. Hence, you see trade agreements, you see all kinds of things that are trying to deregulate, liberalize in a way that companies can prosper around the world. And in that same regard, the link between what I do as a High Commissioner or an ambassador and what you will likely do in business are much closer than we sometimes realize. You see, the link between public policy and government and business is far greater than we sometimes realize, in the sense that if you pick up the Financial Times or the Economic Times, every other article has some relationship to public policy, regulation, government, legislation, whatever it might be. And so sometimes I find that in government or in the public sector, we need more private sector-like thinking. And in the private sector, there needs to be a greater appreciation for the role that public policy plays in business. And we see it all around us, and it was probably brought more to the forefront during the financial crisis, where you saw nationalization of banks, you saw bailouts of automakers, and that link between public policy and business was never more prevalent. So that won't go away. So as you grow your careers, think a little bit about that link between government, public policy, and business, and how that could feed into some of the thinking you're doing to stay ahead of the curve as well. So I'm going to offer up a couple of perspectives as I close off. I was reflecting a little bit on this just a couple of days ago, that it's one thing to offer up an address at a convocation, but I think it means a little bit more. If I was to sit down with one or two of you as graduates, and you asked me, what should I do next, or what would you recommend, what would I say to you? So I thought I'd articulate just a few items. I wrote down about a dozen very, very brief tidbits of advice or comments that helped me along the way. And if you can walk away with one thing that might be useful for you, then I think that would be a worthwhile couple of minutes of time. So the one thing that was very common for me is I was introduced all of my positions, whether it's this position as High Commissioner here in India, my previous position as a CFO, or whatever it might have been before that. The one common thread through all of that is I actually had no experience doing that work when I was appointed to that job. So my learning journey continued, and yours, I hope, will continue beyond today as well. In fact, yes, your formal education ends today unless you decide to pursue further studies, but your informal education will go on, and it'll go on forever. Because if you continue to learn, you continue to do new things, you will continue to prosper. And that's what's worked for me, is being able to learn on every new job that I've taken on. And the second common thread, of course, is the power of what it is that you do learn today in education. And I found that what I learned in my formal education, I really didn't appreciate how valuable that was until years later when I came into these jobs. Without an MBA, I wouldn't have been able to do the CFO function that I did before. I wouldn't be able to talk about business strategy in India with large multinationals, either on the Indian side or the Canadian side. So these things, I didn't realize then how valuable they would be later. So your diploma, your graduate studies will be very, very valuable for years to come, and you probably don't realize how valuable that is now. So combine those two things, and I think the world is your oyster in terms of opportunities. So what are those keys to success for me? And hopefully you'll walk away with one or two ideas here. Curiosity, challenge the status quo, ask questions. Why are we doing this? Can we do it differently? Try new things, new languages, new places around the world. Be curious and don't accept the status quo for what it is. Continuous lifelong learning, I've already touched on this. Value the pursuit of knowledge for a very, very long period of time. Continue that evolution of a learning journey. Reinvent yourself, push yourself to optimize your talents. It doesn't stop today, that learning. It keeps going for many, many years to come. The third, have some goals, have some dreams. I went back to school a few years after I graduated my undergraduate studies. I set out a few other goals and objectives. They may not come together, but if you kind of know where it is that you'd like to go, it'll help you navigate a path to go there. Nothing's out of reach in my view, but it will require a little bit of an idea of where you want to go, and some level of determination. Stay motivated. If you lose your motivation, it's time to do something different, because you won't be able to perform at the full potential that you can perform if you're doing the same thing day after day and you've lost that motivation. Informed risk-taking. I often say it's okay to fail. It's okay to fail often, fail small, or fail big and fail fast and then move on and learn from those experiences. And I think that's the most important thing, that if you do make some mistakes along the way, or if you don't succeed in something, don't worry about it. Just get back up, do a little post-mortem. What did I learn? What will I do differently next time? And how can this help me the next time I go around? Absorb the learnings around you. Take it all in. You know, sometimes we focus so much on the next step, on the next job, on the next deal, that we don't appreciate the full value of what it is that we actually have done right now. And part of this is what I've just touched on, that the full value of your education won't be clear for years down the road, and that's okay. And just in terms of absorbing your what's around you right now, it's okay, in my opinion, not to know what it is that you want to do down the road. I actually don't know what I want to do when I grow up, but right now, all I know is I'm having a really, really great time doing what I'm doing. So for me, every job I've had has been the best job I've ever had. So it's okay not to know what you want to do down the road. Just make sure that each job you've had, or you're doing, or what you're doing right now is the best thing that you're doing, because that way you'll stay motivated. Almost done, just a few more. Get a mentor if you don't already have one. Informal and formal. Could be your parent, a family member, a boss, teacher, professor. Could be a mentor in a domain or a business or an industry that you wish to pursue but are not quite there. I think there's a lot of value in that. And when people approach me for career advice, I gladly offer it. The reason why is people have helped me along the way. My career wouldn't be where it is now if I didn't have help along the way. And I feel I have a genuine responsibility and an interest to give back to others. So you'll find that people are much more open to receive to providing advice than you might otherwise realize. Go global, think global. I mentioned this already. There are no more borders around the world. Go to Canada, do some business there, come back here. It doesn't matter where you live, but think about that relationship and how significant it is. It'll open the mind to new perspective, new ideas, business ideas, transactions, trade deals, whatever. Leverage your diversity of your language, your culture, your religion. These are all assets, and they bring new perspectives to the table. They bring fresh eyes, especially in different countries, and so take full advantage of that. A couple more things. The power of networking and volunteering, doing things with organizations just because you want to expand your knowledge of people in different sectors, different areas, different types of business. Focus on health and wellness. My mantra is business is important, but your family comes first and your health comes first. And if you do that, it will actually drive your success in a way that we sometimes don't realize until it becomes a critical thing in our relative lives. Let your values and ethics drive your decisions as well. And I think this is really self-explanatory. Part of this is just your instinctive reaction. But this is increasingly so important as you do business in different places around the world. Almost done. Performance will lead to success. There's no substitute for hard work. You perform well, opportunities will come. I used to plan what it is that I want to do, and being High Commissioner was never part of my plans. I used to plan what I wanted to do and say, okay, I think I want to be there, and but whatever I planned and whatever came up as opportunities were completely different. I never thought, a year and a half from now I'd be High Commissioner here. Before that, I never thought I'd be a CFO, never having worked in the domain of financial management before. Before that, I'd never thought I'd go to China for a couple of years. It just wasn't on the radar screen. But you work hard, your performance is what will generate those opportunities, because that's what will get you noticed. And of course, your non-performance will also get you noticed, so keep that in mind. And lastly, and above all, have fun along the way. It's not about how fast you move up. It's about the journey along the way. You got to enjoy what you're doing. You got to have fun with what you're doing. And if you're not, you've got to ask yourselves, life is too short. Should I be doing this or something else? These are some of the things that worked for me, and I hope at least one of those will be useful for you as you ponder your next steps. India needs your vision as leaders, as graduates. You are leaders. And I'm looking forward to following the success of the graduates from this school. You'll have a strong affinity to the school. Keep that affinity. Give back. And I think that's really, really important. And I have all the complete confidence that you will all succeed as you grow into the next stages of your careers. I wanted to make one final comment, and that is on parents who are here with us today. We sometimes focus so much on the graduates at a convocation ceremony. We sometimes forget that beyond your hard work, your parents have also provided a lot of guidance or a bit of a push or money or whatever it is to help you succeed, and I know that was the case for me. So for the parents that are in the room today, I would also reiterate a very huge and heartfelt thank you for all of your support, because the future leaders of this country and Canada as well are only possible with the support and the surroundings from the families that bring forward our graduates. So thank you again for the opportunity to speak today. I wish all the graduates well, and I certainly look forward to collaborating with some of you in the boardroom as we start pondering greater trade and investment between Canada and India with your business studies just concluded. Thank you very much.
Sir, do I have your permission to declare the convocation closed? I declare the convocation closed. I request all to please rise in the seats for the national anthem.
पीछे साइड पीछे पूरा ग्रुप आ रहा है ठीक है Excellent.